This week's episode is featuring BIOACTIVE LiquiLife, a Purple Cow Organics product. BIOACTIVE LiquiLife Plus is a broad-spectrum liquid biologicals concentrate that preserves and delivers diverse beneficial microbes to your soil. Visit stbiologicals.com to learn more about this and other regenerative ag products. Hello, and welcome to the ST Biologicals Soil Speaks podcast. This week, we're going to talk about the inventive ways you can improve your ag profits. Let's get started. First things first, agricultural profit is not the same as productivity. You can have a bumper yield per acre and still lose money. There is an increase in agricultural land sales because farming is just not profitable. But you don't want to sell your family's land. That means you've got to figure out the economics to make it profitable. First, start by changing your metric from yield per acre to profit per acre. That's a major mindset change that makes all the difference in how you look at your land's assets. That new mindset also helps you critically look at input costs and whether they're working for you. Are you itemizing your input costs, such as NPK, micronutrients, the cost of fuel, and your time, human capital in the form of free time to play with your children and grandchildren is priceless. Sit down with trusted crop consultants and review what worked for you last year and what didn't. With your itemized list and insights, you can plan for next year. Here are a few questions to ask yourself as you're looking over those itemized input figures. First, do some of your acres almost always underperform? If you're renting some land that's not profitable on an acre per acre basis, have you considered not renting it next year? If you own the land, how could you increase its profitability? 2, what did your soil tests at the beginning of the season and the end of the season reveal? You might be applying too much nitrogen or other input. That will show up in the soil test. 3, how densely did you plant? What is the latest research on the most effective spacing for optimum agricultural profit? 4, how did you apply nutrients? Was it the most effective method? Did you band or foliar fertilize? Both use fewer inputs. And 5, did you follow the 3 R's? You can do everything right, but if your timing's off, you still won't be profitable. Of course, there are many more questions. Every farm or ranch will have a different set of questions. The more data you have, the better. Go back over a few years to look for patterns. Are you willing to look outside the agricultural box? If you've been a row crop farmer and you've got some underproducing acres for row crops, can you put those acres to better use? Should you invest in some livestock, put in some specialty crops, or create a wildlife and pollinator habitat? Have you spent some time thinking about markets for specialty crops? If you've never grown them before, there is a learning curve, but that shouldn't stop you from investigating this potentially lucrative option. Many crops have a much higher value per acre than the usual commodity crops. Ask your crop consultant about markets for non-GMO crops. The seeds are less expensive and the sell price is higher. The learning curve isn't quite as steep as brand new to you crop. Regenerative agriculture has a learning curve, but that doesn't mean you won't make a profit. Cover crops, manures, and multi-year diverse crop rotations will replace the conventional 2-year rotation of corn, soybean, cotton, soybean, corn, or the addition of wheat to your rotations. Your operation will profit from regenerative practices even in the short term. Are you willing to put in the time to learn all your options? In a rapidly changing consumer landscape, there are probably more options than you've ever considered. If you don't have livestock, you won't have a ready source of manure. Incorporating livestock in your cropping rotation system on pastures improves soil structure for all row crops to follow, and increases profitability on those crops. If you can document that you did not apply synthetics to your pastures or row crops, you can market higher value products. Pasture-raised beef, pork, and chicken are all higher value cash crops. Synthetic fertilizers are costly and don't do your soil any good. They are a contributing factor to environmental degradation. They don't even help your yields. Look at the volume per acre of fertilizers over the years. Have you had to increase the volume to get yield? Is that good business? Soil biodiversity is adversely affected by both tillage and synthetic inputs. The higher your yield's organic matter content, the more nature will work for you. Fewer inputs equal higher profits. What are the costs of cover crop seeds, which give you green manures, versus synthetic fertilizers and herbicides? There are both short-term and long-term cost benefits. The benefits aren't always obvious, but a reduction in insect damage is the result of beneficial prey insects and birds in habitat on the edges of your fields. Isn't pest control one of your biggest costs? After reviewing all the data from last and previous years, what's a good plan going forward? A plan that works is a farming system you like. We all know if you don't like it, you won't do it. If you're going to change practices, there may be some hiccups, but that happens if the weather isn't exactly perfect, and extreme weather events are becoming the norm. Evaluate your practices, determine what worked and what didn't, and why. When you put your focus on improving soil health, biological diversity, and maintaining soil cover, your input costs will decrease. Think about profit per acre instead of yield per acre. If you're considering different markets for your crops, have you researched them and know the qualities and quantities required? At the end of the year, reconsider if you need to buy that new tractor. A wise person once said, "Spend money on what makes you money. Debt load and unnecessary equipment payments cut into the profit." It's a new age for farming and ranching in the United States and the world. We will still need grain distributors and silos, but for producers of non-GMO and specialty crops, farm profits may be higher. At ST Biologicals, we can help you calculate the costs of production versus profit. It's crucial for the financial health of your operation now and into the future. Visit us at stbiologicals.com to learn more. When soil speaks, we listen. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time.